We live? Let us know if you guys can hear us. Let us know in the comments if you can hear us. Make sure we're on. All right. So I don't want to talk to myself. Well, thank you, Chris and Katrina. You guys are awesome for sending people over our way.
We enjoyed your live, and we expect many, many more lives from you guys. We enjoyed watching you.
Absolutely. It was hilarious. Good time. Yeah, the lives can be a lot of fun. Running with the Pack, RV Life. Can hear you. Perfect.
I love your name, Running with the Pack. Hi, Norma.
Hello, Norma. Long time no see. So we're a few minutes early, of course. We're going to give it just a minute, and then we'll get started. We just wanted to come on and say hi to everybody, and we haven't had a live since January, right?
Yeah.
Good Lord, we've been way too busy.
We wanted to do a live when we were down in Key West, but the internet was so unstable between like all the different devices we have. I don't know, we just can't get it to work right for a live.
Yeah, the upload was really bad. So Boondocking with Boomer. That is such a name. I love it. Bucket List Day. Can you see me? No, all I see is rain.
Yeah. Let's see who's on here.
See, we got it. What is it? She's putting over the top, and I can't see it. It grays out on me. She's making my life miserable, guys. I can't see what I'm doing. We got 2 minutes, and we'll start getting on our main topics. So, where's everybody coming in from? Where are you at? Where are you sitting?
Let's see. We had Gail Martin,
West on the Move, The Freedom Life, Curtis Clayton. We know who that is.
Yes.
RV plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that keep their little magnet keeps showing up everywhere. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Graffiti.
Graffiti. Vandalism.
We hung out with them in Key West and had a blast.
We did not want to leave. We had so much fun hanging out down there.
Yeah, we got plans to meet up with them later on this summer, so we're excited.
We're going to Wisconsin. I probably said that wrong. Y'all going to give me hell about that too.
And then let's see.
Who else we got on here? Give it another minute. We'll get started. Oh, well, you just went.
No.
She's going back to the top.
Going back to the top. So the Freedom Life. Hello, Todd and Natalie.
Yes. Fight the good fight. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Chris and Katrina. We love you guys.
Yep. Bucket List Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this is our adventure.
That is awesome.
They are at the NRBTA, so Joel's taking all the classes.
Ooh, learning.
Mm-hmm.
Getting him schooling.
There are fellow adventurers that up.
That's right.
RV plus 3. Miss you guys. Callie's sleeping right now. She is.
Yeah, I was going to say, that dog is passed out. I wish I could swing the camera around. She is passed out on the couch right there.
She's snoring, and she's got one of her little stuffies just snuggled with it. It's the cutest thing ever.
Our Boundless Ventures. That's awesome.
Oh, I like that.
Thank you. Again, you said Running with the Pack. Joseph Smith, Dune fan. Like it.
Gene Bakery.
Yep. All right. We are at 5:30, and I hope it's not too noisy on the microphone. It is dumping rain. Welcome to crappy California. The weather sucks.
So we're down near Long Beach. We're actually in Seal Beach on a Navy base.
They
have an RV resort, which is really nice, and they have free laundry room, which is cool, but they don't have a swimming pool.
Yeah, but nobody wants to know where you're at. You want to tell the story about how we got here and the snafu that we went through leaving Florida. So we went from, of course, as Martha mentioned, we went from Key West up to the Alliance rally in Auburndale, Florida. Went and spent almost a week there.
Yeah.
And at Margaritaville, which was a lot of fun, and we saw a lot of you. Well, some of you guys there.
Yeah.
And then we decided, hey, we're going to head over to California because I got to come out here for a work trip. So we took I-10 from coast to coast, and in true fashion, as Murphy, my good friend that hangs around with me, would have it, we leave and we got plenty of time. We're going to go stay at the Tallahassee Auto Museum for the first night. And there was a major accident. Looked like everybody was okay. No ambulance or anything like that, but just blocked the roadway. And what happened?
They had a huge storm, and we tried to get off the road, but there was no safe spot for us to pull over. It was raining that hard. Everyone was doing probably about 10 miles an hour.
Yep.
So we missed our Harvest Host stay. If you've ever stayed there, and we have before, they closed them gates early.
Yeah, literally the Tallahassee Automobile Museum. It's actually a great Harvest Host spot, and it's a cool museum to go check out if you haven't been there before. But when they say 5 o'clock, they're not talking Martha time. They're talking real legit 5 o'clock, not that ish.
See, I work off native time, which is like island time. It's like
we'll get around to it.
We'll get there.
So literally our very first day on this trip heading over to the West Coast, we missed our Harvest Host. We get there about like 5:45, almost 6 o'clock. We were way late. Martha, we're literally blocking the intersection and going, well, heck, the gate is literally locked. We're hosed.
Yeah, so we're like, let's drive to the next state. So we doubled our miles that first day.
Yeah, we went from a 250-mile trip to a 500-mile trip and ended up staying in Bass Pro Shop in Alabama, which I'm all about staying at a Bass Pro Shops. That's freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But we stopped at Buc-ee's, filled up, got our brisket sandwich for dinner because that's important.
Priorities in life. So, but I could say for the first time coming across I-10, we literally didn't have a breakdown, didn't have a pop tire. Like the trip, other than having to miss our first stop for the night, went really uneventful. It was really nice to get out here. But good golly, Miss Molly, California. I don't know if you guys have been watching the news at all. They've been talking about things that I was laughing. I was like, there's no way. They said, well, we just had a bomb cyclone. Bomb cyclone. Okay, that's code word for hurricane. It dumped. I mean, dumped out since we've been out here. The weather we've never seen such bad weather in California. And a lot of, I grew up in California. Martha grew up down a lot of her youth in San Diego with her dad because of Coasties. And this is the worst weather we've seen. I mean, it has been dumping like every day. I think we've had one day of sunshine since we've been here.
And I think some of the days were partial days of sunshine.
Yeah.
Partial rain. I mean, our solar panels are clean.
I guess that's a positive. All the bugs are off the front cap. Yeah, so California has been a fun adventure so far. We haven't had a chance to really get out and do as much as we'd want to. It's been freaking cold. Like when I say cold, don't judge me, y'all, because I used to have street cred in Alaska. Now I'm just a sissy Floridian. Like low 40s, it's freaking cold.
All right. So you may be wondering, because you probably know that we are big Disney fanatics.
We did
Someone decided to buy us annual passes to Disneyland too.
Hey, we're going to be here for 6 weeks, and I have to come back here every month to every other month for work. And honestly, at $200, $225 a day to go to the park, F that. The parking's $30 alone. It doesn't take very many trips to pay for itself. So yes, of course, for my Disney nuts like myself, yeah, we're going to be doing both, but we're not going to be doing any videos or content on it. Like that's just something I do from
blow off steam and just have fun.
Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. Go back. It says something about adjust your camera. Slow down. Scrolly. Go up. Go. Up. Just keep going up. It says something about adjust our camera. Is it out of focus or is the picture quality crappy? What's going on?
Let's see. They don't hear the rain.
Okay, no hearing.
You guys adjust your camera.
So what is it a focus problem?
Maybe we bumped it by bumping the table.
Let's see if that's any better. Thank you. Thanks for saying adjust your camera. I'll just zoom it out a little, see if the autofocus does its job.
And then we say native time or Indian time because I am Alaska Native Indian. So
yeah.
And
yeah, Martha. So Yvette, Martha is Tlingit Indian. I shouldn't be speaking for you, you grown ass woman. You
I can't censor you. I do the editing.
Yeah, she can't edit me. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Martha's tribe's from Southeast Alaska and also Canada.
Yeah. So my mom's side of the family, we're from Juneau and Hoonah in Alaska. So.
Yep. All right, so let's bring on our special guest here, and we have a surprise. You all know that we absolutely had a blast on RV Unplugged, and that will continue to reveal itself as the weeks go along, and you'll learn all kinds of good stuff. We'll talk about a little bit more of that in the back end of the live, but we're going to add a special guest to our live, and I'll let you guys tell me who this is. Go ahead and bring him on. Oh my God, he's hey, y'all, when you go live, warn your people. Hey, dude, tater down.
Sorry, I was cooking dinner. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi. I'm Ryan. And I don't know what I'm doing here.
Ryan from Venturesome.
At least today.
Let's turn it up for old Dave and Tanya. Hey, guys.
Hey.
He said, whoop,
Hey.
whoop. There you go. Hey, so we have Ryan on, and of course, you all know we love collaborating with Ryan and his better half, Lauren. And we wanted to bring him on and talk a little bit about RV Unplugged and the rally. But we've got some hot seat questions for you to start with. You ready?
Well, first of all, I know. Yeah, no, we're good. First of all, I know it's really you guys just like hanging out with Lauren on the repercussion. I get it; it's fine, but
Lauren's my girl.
Right. So let's talk RV stuff before we get caught up in the fun stuff of the RV Unplugged rally. We of course may know some of these answers, but we may not. So let me go here. Where to go?
So, well, he's looking at.
Well, you guys asked. I'm going to say hi to Pete and everybody else because I'm seeing. Yep.
All right. So Ryan, what is your favorite, or should I say Ryan and Lauren, and you can answer on your behalf, what is your guys' favorite boondocking location?
Definitely not RV Unplugged because I ran the whole thing on 2 lead acid batteries. And, but yeah, there's, if you watch RV Unplugged, you'll just see me outside following shade around the RV. So pretty much anywhere but that. We really haven't boondocked a whole lot. We did have to boondock a couple of nights at the Tampa RV show just because of how we had to leave. We had to get out of the way because of, not to plug RV Unplugged one more time, but we had the meetup. And so we had to kind of get out of our spot. So we boondocked that night, and then we've just cracker docked a whole lot on the drive down. So anywhere but Athens is my favorite place to boondock. Because I have like a PTSD thing now.
Yeah, I can't blame you. So you mentioned your Tampa travels. You did a video on that. So you explain that because you went, I don't know, 3,000 miles in 24 hours, but only went 100 miles.
2,209 miles in 72 hours to get from Tampa to Orlando.
That's dedication, y'all. That is dedication.
Or stupidity.
Yeah. So the fun stuff. We're always transparent with all of our screw-ups, which I guess that just gives me endless content because I love destroying things, it seems like, or at least that's the way it works out. What's been your guys' biggest RV disaster so far?
Well, hold on. Disaster or screw-up? Because those are 2 potentially different things.
Well, I guess then you have 2 answers.
So let's start with the disaster. That's easy. So we have a Grand Design Solitude 390 RK and a dog hair floating right in front of my face. And there's a TSB that came out. The structure I'm actually sitting in right now in our kitchen, which is in the back of the rig, has an aluminum structure. Ours was starting to fail, and we actually, while we were filming, one of my slides decided not to work because the structure beneath it was actually failing. And so the rollers had shifted down enough to where they were just resting on the supports for the Schwintek slides. So that's probably our biggest disaster. And it wasn't. Grand Design took care of it. It took some time, but now I'm pretty sure we have the strongest 390 on the planet because I complained enough that they built it up pretty solid. Biggest screw up. Ooh, this was early on. So we still had the ranch up in North Texas, and we decided to go to a horse show because we do that too. and we were in Gulfport, Mississippi. To get back, when we have the horses, we book it. We don't stop for anything. And so we were driving it was about 14, 15-hour drive that day. And we had to get up and go early. And so we got up first thing. We were on the road by about 4:30 in the morning. You know what happens at 4 a.m.? You forget to do things like, I don't know, unplug your electrical hookup.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, I pulled out and looked back and realized I was dragging a little piece of the park with me. Yeah, so I destroyed their pedestal. It kind of did, but it didn't pull the whole pedestal out, but it did rip the receptacle out a little bit and pop their breaker and did some things. And, who you get to tell at 4:30 in the morning. So I just kind of threw it all back and sent an email. I did break my power cord, so I had to buy a new one of those in the process. So that was probably my biggest whoopsie so far. Give it a minute. I'll come up with another one.
Speaking from experience, keep a knife away from a gray tank. Just friendly advice.
And a drill.
I sadly remember that.
Yeah. That was not fun. So, what has been your guys' favorite campground so far? Where was it at?
Favorite campground. So, we maintain a permanent site because we do full time here in Fort Worth, and so this one is actually my least favorite because that means we're not traveling. So I'd probably say Camp Fimfo in the Texas Hill Country. And FIMFO is an acronym for fun is more fun outside. I know it's a little weird, but that place was a lot of fun. We did that. We did that with Todd and Sheila from Switch It Up and all of them. That was a really fun campground. They have a mountain coaster there, all kinds of stuff. More of a resort. Definitely more of a resort, though.
Nice.
Very cool. Well, here, let's say hi to
we got some people. Folks. We got some folks popping on. We got to say hi to.
Taking an intermission.
No intermission.
Well, we're gonna catch up on the comments.
Well, Martha's working on the comments, Ryan. So when you do a potato, if you're doing a baked potato, is it sour cream or no sour cream?
Absolutely sour cream, but Lauren would say not a chance in hell.
That's how we are. I'm like, no sour cream. He's like, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. They're all going to have butter on it. I mean, look at me.
That's a mandatory.
Yeah.
That's mandatory.
So here's one.
All right.
For you. Did you serve in the military, Chris?
I did. So I am medically retired Air Force. So I did 16 years and then got medicaled. And then immediately following that, I went into the police force and did almost 7 years in law enforcement before I really lost my mind and went into HR. Which is what I do these days for work. But yes, I was Air Force. I did air transportation and recruiting.
Mm-hmm. And then I was actually signing up to join the Air Force. And then I met this young airman who got stationed in Alaska.
I picked up a souvenir, y'all.
Mm-hmm. We've been together since the late 1900s, and it's been amazing.
The late 1900s.
1999, we squeaked it in there.
Yeah.
And we've been married for almost 23 years, and we have a 22-year-old daughter.
So we as in Ryan, Lauren, Martha, and myself just recently attempted to do something that was an absolute failure and quite the hilarious debacle. So while we were down in, where was it? Was it Tampa that we had the conversation about doing Run Disney?
Yes. During the Tampa show.
Yeah, so we were with we were at the RV Content Creator Meetup that Wednesday before the show, and Wander Local. That's who it was, and because he had just done previously whatever Run Disney event was going on, and somehow Lauren was really the catalyst. I'm pretty sure for this whole thing because she's the runner. Goes, we should do a Run Disney event. I started laughing and wandered off. You guys unfortunately latched on for Ryan. And so we decided we were going to sign up for our first Run Disney event, which if you're watching and don't know what Run Disney is, and I'm pretty sure somebody just said I smell like bacon. I do. It's fine. Bacon and brisket. That's
why we keep
it was Dawn. Okay. Thanks, Dawn. Or Kevin, I guess either of you.
Either or, right?
But it's not entirely inaccurate. So yeah, we decided to sign up for that, and I'll let you say how that went from y'all side, and then I'll fill gaps. I guess I don't know.
So we get a message saying, "Okay, it's about to go live" from Ryan because he was keeping an eye on it for us because time zones are difficult and numbers suck, and we've changed time zones and had the lovely daylight savings time happen, so we were all screwed up. So we pull up 2 phones and an iPad
and my MacBook
and our MacBook, and we're running 4 devices cycling back and forth, trying to get it to go live. We get all of our devices eventually onto the website, and we go through the sign-up process, not once, not twice, but 4 times. And all 4 times it errors out, and
that
all
was
4 times it charged us. So we had about, I don't know, like $2,200 in Run Disney charges with 0 registration. And with the whole time we're on the phone with Ryan and Lauren trying to navigate, okay, are you guys in? So we're 0 for 4, but the money's gone. How did it go on your end?
So somehow I was the first one to get in, which I don't know how, because you end up virtual waiting like a queue. And so I got in first, and so I called Martha, because I realized that the idea was that whoever got in first sign everybody up, and we'll figure the money out later. And so
right.
I call Martha, and so I remember y'all's address, but not specifically, and I didn't know what other questions they were going to ask. And so between the 4 of us, we had phones going. I get in, sign up, and when they say we signed up, this wasn't like a click on 3 things and you're magically signed up with your credit card information. It was every single person's entire history, address, everything except for the primary if you had an account. And so it was like a 15-minute process for the registration. So yeah, I did it 3 times. It errored out every single time. Lauren did it twice. So we had to beat by 1 in pending charges. So
yeah. So if you ever try to do Run Disney,
it was stressful process because we're using 2 different cards and we're afraid we're going to get a fraud alert. And then I think Lauren was at work, right?
I think
we
Ryan,
both were.
I think that's called karma of you shouldn't be doing this. Like if you're 0 for 9 on something, just throw in the towel.
Just go run on the park and be done. It's like an actual park, not a Disney.
Exactly. Yeah, just not a Disney park. It costs too much anyways.
Okay, so boondocking with
show that
Boomer. So it's their 150-pound Great Dane from Canada.
But in Texas right now.
Oh,
awesome.
We're in Texas.
Awesome. So
we're in Texas, boondocking with Boomer. Let us know.
Yeah. And we got Claremont, Florida, Pennsylvania, Kentucky. There's my people right there. My family's from Somerset on my mom's side of the family. They're from Somerset, Kentucky. That's our background there.
Oh, hi, Robin. Oh, she's sitting on the couch with Duncan. Give Duncan our love.
No doubt about it. So, not that we haven't plugged it enough. Everybody knows about the show. But, Ryan, you are actually the one coordinating and building, we'll say, for lack of better terms, the rally for RV Unplugged.
Yep, so it's not just me. We'll say I'm going to give everybody credit where credit is due. It's not just me. Tony came up. Tony or Bun, however you want to call him. This was initially his idea, and they have kind of the base of what they want to do. And then Howard and I have partnered together. Howard New State from New State Nomads. He's more of the IT, ticketing that side, and so I have an event management background. In the travel industry. So we do a lot of international stuff. And so we're trying something, see if it works or not. But yeah, I'm essentially handling the organization and planning of, I'm going to call it chaos for now.
Yeah. Well, it's coming down to an end. And now, so the reason we bring this up, of course, we're trying to plug the rally because we think it's going to be a great time. Mm-hmm. We're going to get a chance to hang out with everybody and kind of see where we all film. But what I thought was cool is they, meaning Todd and Tony, the Beard and the Bun, just announced that if somebody wants to be an RV Unplugged, there's going to be an opportunity to be part of season 2. Am I right?
Uh-huh. Yes. So there is going to be a series of, that was my menacing hoo-ha. Don, to answer your question, no, it is not sold out yet. Based on the size of the area we're in, I don't know that it will actually sell out. If it does actually sell out, that's impressive because I'm pretty sure we could fit somewhere in the vicinity of 300 to 400 rigs in that area if we really wanted to. So, the idea came from that we want to do some contests throughout this just to make it fun, right? All that kind of stuff is a lot of fun. And, the things that we did, like the zip lining, the challenge that's coming up in the next video, the things that they haven't seen quite yet. And some of the other stuff, we wanted to bring that experience to everybody else. And then Tony piped up and said, maybe we can give someone a chance to be on season 2 that happens to win some of these things. So, we are coming up with a series of games, contests, whatever you want to call them. Some are going to be from the show. Some are going to be similar to things in the show, but not exactly because of the amount of people we're expecting. It's going to be an ongoing thing pretty much right out of the gates. That's the little tip is, when we all got to the show, what's the one thing we didn't know? I mean, I knew even less than everybody else, but Chris and Martha, you guys and the rest of the cast really didn't know anything besides be ready to boondock and come with empty tanks. That's about it. And Athens, Texas. Yeah. Thank God everybody had Cowdar because otherwise we wouldn't have made it.
Well, it's not hard to find a cow in Texas.
Yeah, just look at the window.
No, or a sign that says Tejas. There's a few of them. The idea is that we want people. Yes, there's a schedule. Yes, there are things. There's going to be seminars about boondocking. There's going to be all the cast members are doing kind of not necessarily their own individual thing, but we'll plug essentially you guys with your Alaska background and how many times you guys up there. You're going to do a thing talking about how to RV Alaska. Essentially, I'm assuming how to RV Alaska, not just Alaska in general.
Right.
But that kind of stuff. And so in between all of it, there's going to be some unexpected things. And that's how we really want everybody that's going to be at the rally to be, is really experience that in a similar manner, maybe a little nicer than what we experienced, essentially, and the fact that we didn't really know 100% what we were getting into. So the schedule is really only a percentage of the things that are planned.
That's fantastic. The funny part about this, from a show participant or contestant that we don't even know everything you guys are doing. I mean, you're keeping us under wraps a little bit about some of the stuff that's out there, which is exciting. I mean, that's fun because we're going to show up and once again learn. The good thing is I know I don't have to worry about being there for 2 weeks.
So you think? No, I'm just kidding.
My job's easy, man. As long as I have internet, I'm gold.
No, we're pretty set on the time frame.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fight the Good Fight. We appreciate it.
That's awesome.
That is fantastic. So,
and what's funny too, so Ryan and Lauren are some of our best friends, and they're blue team and we're red team, but we still hang out.
Yeah, we'll get over it. Although I'll give you guys some behind the scenes of the behind the scenes. So we're part of a chat group that we have behind the scenes, and we did a little commercial for Todd and Tony, and everybody else wore their RV Unplugged shirts. Ryan rolls up in a button-up, and I'm going to call it a America shirt because it was a white shirt with red and blue stripes.
Polo, chill. It's not like it's dressed up to the nines. It was a Ryder Cup shirt. It was what I had on. This has a button. It stops right here.
See, his is so fancy. He's even got a logo on it.
Come on, man. Okay,
so, yeah.
No. You brought it up. We're going to talk about it.
And he's gone. Oh no!
Device not connected.
Oh no! Oh no! Let him know that he dropped out. He's on Starlink, and he said he was a little concerned. We didn't just dump Ryan, although that would have been hilarious. We couldn't have planned it that well. My goodness. Give him a call.
Yeah, I just texted him.
You're like, hey, dude, you dropped out.
So we have Starlink, but that's not our primary.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So nut and venture, nut and gain. Yeah, you brought us into this dark side of oh, there he is.
We're going to add him on.
Oh, hey, this is a different view. Sorry, my camera overheated.
Oh, no. We're like, it was funny because you're like, we're going to click. I was like, damn, you couldn't have planned that better.
See, everything about comedy is about timing. It's very important.
Oh my God. Conspiracy theories. RV media creators said it's a conspiracy theory. We dumped you. So back to what you were going to bring up. Let's chat.
So if you're going to say crap, oh, hey, thanks, Martha. I just realized my device dropped. I just got your text. So my little logo, it's over here. It's coming up on the Masters. I'm a golf pro. Come on now. That's Augusta. That's next week. And it's opening day. And I'm from Texas, so I'm a Rangers fan.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't know, Ryan's kind of a big deal.
Yes.
I mean, we are blessed to be in his presence. Not that kind of big deal.
Actually,
Lord. Oh my gosh.
What color loofah is Ryan, everyone? Just kidding.
Did y'all know that loofahs are a thing?
We just found out about it like a couple of weeks ago. We were staying with some friends in Texas, not Ryan and Lauren, but
they didn't have loofahs,
they
y'all.
didn't have loofahs. But yeah, we didn't know loofahs was a thing.
Yeah, if you guys knew that loofahs were a thing. Oh, Norma says
know.
go Rangers. Is that a good thing? Yeah, Texas Rangers. So that's a good thing. Bacon and brisket.
Heck
I don't know if they're calling you that or they're just saying that.
Either or, it's fine. It works.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean,
so
there's leftover brisket in there.
Nice. And you got potatoes, so we know there. So what I guess we forgot to mention before we squirreled a little bit, we've been all over the place on this one. It's kind of a hot mess. But if you guys do want to go to the rally, there's still spots available. You can get 15% off. I think almost all of us, actually everybody that was a contestant has the ability to. Ours is Venturesome 15. So if you still want to go to the rally, you can save a little bit of money and go.
Yeah, and come hang out with us and do all the activities and just go to the seminars. But most importantly, hang out with all of us from RV Unplugged.
You share that. You got to share that. All right. So now we're going down a rabbit hole, Ryan. So talk to me about this. Have you heard this before?
Literally. So we were watching together on this. We were like 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, whatever it's been.
Yeah. So
I'm not talking about it. I don't understand it enough.
Our everyday getaway, we're talking about it, and they reinforced what we had heard from our friends when we were mood stalking. We didn't know this was a thing. We've heard about pineapples. We've heard about
the flamingos.
But now they're getting a little complicated.
Flamingos is a thing too?
Yes.
Yeah, something like 2 flamingos. I don't know. It's just...
My goodness.
So no yard ornaments whatsoever. Don't put anything out. You never know what you're inviting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, if you guys happen to go through Arizona and you decide you want to do a little bit of boondocking, the funniest thing you can do as a content creator, I swear, at least this is my opinion, is absolutely butcher the name of a city or a town or a location. Because I called Tonopah, and by golly, we got let know. I got a voice memo. Like, Tonopah. They're like, oh God, I'm dumb.
We got the spelling out, and we won't bust out who did that, but that made our day though.
Oh, Caleb, that's just dirty. All right, Ryan, you're answering this one.
I saw it. I don't want to know that we don't like cash. I don't.
No. Our daughter has a great little parody that she sings, and from Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast, and she always sings like be our guest, put your wallet to the test. That's like the Mickey theme.
Hey,
Scott,
hang on, I'm coming right back.
He'll be back.
Okay.
So, all right, guys, we're heading from we're going back. He's back. So maybe you know the answer to this one, Ryan. So when we leave California, we have two options. Of course, we could kind of go back I-10 the way we came over, or we could go back 40, which is old Route 66. Is it bad to go back 40? We've never been that way.
So I would honestly make sure I went west and not east, just so you know. No, go east, not west. Good night. The other way. Don't go towards the water. That was a bad joke. I butchered it. So to be honest with you, I have not driven through over there at all. Now, once you get into Texas, are you going to come through Texas or are you going to go north?
what we were planning on doing while we were heading back was to hit, of course, upper New Mexico, Arizona, and then hit just the tip of Oklahoma for a couple nights and boondocking, and then dive in just above Dallas.
We gotta fill
Is
that
just the
sticker.
tip of loofah color too? Sorry. You can't take me anywhere.
Right?
Like,
Melody Clayton says they may have snow by Flagstaff. So would that be, because we're coming back, I think it's the end of April.
I'd like to think it'd be cleared out by then. I mean, yes, it's at elevation, but
Norma said the 40 from Vegas to Arizona was horrible.
Okay, well, that's
Norma.
good. Thank you, Norma.
Thank you,
That's why
Norma.
we wanted to ask you guys.
Is it worse than any highway in Louisiana? I would say avoid Louisiana like the plague.
Well, we're trying not to go. I mean, we have to go back there eventually, but we won't be back in Louisiana until probably September. I would say September because of the cruise that we got coming up in the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, if you're an Alliance RV owner, there's a Fam Alley cruise. So we're going to go on that in October, and it's going to go out of Galveston. So we're excited to go on that cruise.
Yep.
There's still rooms left.
So, yeah, October out of, like you said, Galveston. And
Yeah.
I think it's Western Caribbean for a week.
Yep.
They booked it. Cruise.
That's a weird cruise line. What's Western Caribbean cruise line? Sorry.
Well, leave it to a travel agent to look at you sideways.
Mm-hmm. It's on Royal.
Yeah. So Chasing Our Sunshine said we did I-40 from Vegas to Amarillo. There we go. Beautiful drive. Watch the winds. Okay.
Yeah.
Clovis Rock and Roll Museum. Oh, that's cool. I'd love to go see that.
Clovis Rock and Roll Museum.
I'm not sure where that's at. I mean, obviously, it'd be worth looking up.
Hopefully it's in Clovis.
Oh, my God. Put this up right here.
This one?
That is absolute fact.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, that is like probably the single biggest reason next to going to Alaska that we're putting independent suspension on our trailer. The 80 south of Chicago, oh my God, that'll rattle fillings loose in your mouth. It's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a terrible place. So speaking of that, so after we head to Texas, we're going to be heading up to Indiana, right?
We're going to be here, Southern California, for 2 more weeks. And then we'll go Northern California for 2 weeks. We'll be in wine country.
Yeah, so if anybody's in California, let us know. We're going to be traveling throughout the state.
Yep. Then RV Unplugged Rally. So we can see Brian.
That's right. Well, and there's others. I know Dave
yeah.
and Tanya were on here, and
yeah.
CB and Katrina were on here. So, yeah, there's a bunch of us floating around. All right.
Yeah, Dave and Tanya are actually, they'll be there during the rally is the last thing, I think.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I want to, are they still on? If they are, I want to see the new Winnebago.
Yeah, they just dropped the video. So we're
gonna... You're talking about the all-elect. Yeah, so if you don't know what Chris is talking about, Dave and Tanya from Let's Turn It Up World are borrowing the first all-electric coach, I believe, and they engine everything. So it's a Class B van. That I don't understand, but I don't understand. I'm in a 43-foot fifth wheel. But it's all electric. To me, it seems like you're going to have to charge it a lot. But
yeah, that'd be interesting I want to definitely do a walkthrough and see it. I mean, it's just something that I saw the outside a little bit at Tampa, but they didn't let you kick it and play around on it. So it'd be cool. I think it'd be interesting.
Cool video.
Martha said that they just sent it. They just launched it. We haven't seen it yet, obviously. So
yeah, we're still trying to adjust to Chris working 8 to 5 at 8 to 5. Because normally when we're on the East Coast, like in Florida or Indiana, he's working 11 to 8. So we usually have a couple hours in the morning to do things, and then he'll go to work. But it's an adjustment.
So let's put Ryan on the spot again.
Okay,
He's been getting off easy now. When are you guys going to go on your first live?
Real quick, technically I am now. So they use this fancy software, Chris and Martha, that I actually went live on my channel with the exact broadcast that you guys are too. So, and I just realized there's comments over there that I'm not seeing. So I'm trying to, that's what I'm doing this for. I'm trying to like catch up with them because Ben and Charity say hi from our side.
Aw.
That's awesome.
You can red team, get off my channel. Go to them. I'm just kidding. Stay.
Yeah, come on now. Yeah. Well,
yeah. So if you are watching this real quick, sorry, if you are watching this on our channel, I can't see your comments, so I'm sorry. I'm trying on my phone, but come over here and talk. I guess that's how much I love you guys. I push people away from my channel towards yours.
Aw.
It's a mutual love. We send them both ways. But if you guys, if you're watching this on Venturesome Couple, make sure you subscribe to everybody that's on here. Of course,
we have a lot of content creators. So if you're a content creator, let us know down below in the comments. And it's more so our followers can see that you're content creators, so we can support each other, because
that's what it's all about.
RV community, and we love you all and appreciate all the time that you're on here with us.
Yeah. Our Boundless Ventures asked, what do you guys use for your live? We use StreamYard. And we've been very happy with it. Now that StreamYard's set up the way it is, we can actually broadcast live on 8 different channels at the same time.
I think it's at 10 now.
It's up to 10?
It's up to 10.
So we're going to have to play with that and see what we can do about getting a gigantic conglomerate going live from like 10 different locations. We'll have some fun with that.
Yeah.
Maybe all the channels at the premiere or the finale premiere of RV Unplugged.
Yeah,
seems like a good option.
Especially if Tony runs it. That sounds great.
Scott Clark says that there's 5 watching on the Miller stream right now. That's fantastic, considering we did no marketing, no advertisement, and we went, hey, we're going live.
And I found it, and Martha told me I could do it, and I pushed a button, and I just saw what happened. So, hey.
Bucket List A is creators, of course. Nut and Adventure, Nut and Gained. We all know Kevin and Don real well. The Freedom Life are content creators.
Kevin and Don, they're our Disney buddies.
Our Boundless Ventures are new content creators. Welcome to the dark side.
Welcome. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions about content creator or anything, just reach out to us.
The Road Roamers, nice. En Route to Adventure, awesome.
I don't know if you saw.
Of course. Captain Caleb Powell. Rinky Dink Travelers is theirs. Chasing Our Sunshine. Nice. But yeah, I mean, as you guys know, we don't just preach it, we live it. We are all about RV community. We want everybody, if you want to be a content creator, we want to do everything we can to spread the love and grow together and help each other in this process.
RV plus 3. Missions with Luna.
Oh, awesome. Family Life. That's a really cool play on words. I like how you guys did that. That's awesome.
And I miss Caitlin, so tell Caitlin I love her.
That's right.
She's my bride.
So Ryan, what projects do you got coming up on your trailer? Anything you're doing? Anything fun that you're going to be modifying or destroying?
I may just sell it.
That's always a good option. Any rumors of where you might go?
Not yet. Toy hauler, I can tell you that. We have considered it for a while. We do the horse show stuff quite a bit, and while we love this floor plan and this design, we've realized too pretty quickly actually that a toy hauler has probably made a little bit more sense for us, especially with me working full time from here, being able to shut a door between the two, which I heard you guys may have the similar problem. That way Lauren doesn't have to go lay in the bed or something, because I'm sitting at my desk right now and there's a screen and everything just like you would have in a normal office. And so being able to set that up in the back and then be able to have room for a golf cart for the horse shows would be bueno.
Yep. So that's the direction, is golf cart, huh? We've been playing with what our transportation is going to be. I mean, we did e-bikes, which we still have and love. I mean, we got no complaints. And now we've got scooters, which I'm 100% certain I'm going to kill myself on.
Well, when you do, can I have your scooter?
Okay, these scooters, they tell you in the manual you must wear a helmet. Right now, we have ours turned out. So we bought these scooters. They're not sponsored or anything. These are just for fun, for us.
If you're an adrenaline junkie and you happen to come to the rally RV Unplugged and you want to ride it, I'll be happy to let you ride it. But these things are stupid fast. They've got 2 1,000-watt motors. So obviously one in each wheel, and they will do like 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, there's 2 motors. Right now we have it turned down, only 1 motor's going, and the suspension on it is pretty cool. We're riding it all over in the desert in Arizona.
Yeah, it's got a full suspension.
If I need to go 40 miles an hour, I'll get in my truck.
Yeah.
Don't let me get onto a website and start nerding out and reading stuff, because I was like, hey, honey, we bought scooters. She's like, we did?
Yeah, so he tells me this when we're drinking coffee in bed, and he got up a little bit before me, and he's like, oh, I bought us scooters.
Oh, you got to share that one there. So this is for you, Ryan. This is not.
So I'm sorry. I'm learning, what is this thing called? Yardbird?
No, but if you've been to Miami, eat some chicken and waffles. My God.
There's a restaurant called Yardbird there.
There is. It's a good one too. No, so I logged into our thing to make sure I wasn't missing any comments. They're all coming here too. I just didn't know that because that one just popped up on mine. So that's kind of cool. It's combining the comments. I didn't know.
Probably that little.
Oh, that's probably what the little eternity-looking, I don't know, Mark Echo looking logo.
Oh yeah. So like if you look at Scott Clark, hi Scott. His little thing, he's got that little infinity linky, whatever that we're gonna call that. So so Scott, you need a Valor toy hauler, come over to the light side.
Right.
I can tell you, if I didn't consider a Valor, I'm pretty sure some of our best friends might hurt me. So Valor is in the mix, as well as Momentum and maybe a Brinkley. Who knows?
Ooh, the fancy new one. Look at you.
Okay, so e-bikes we have. So funny story. We started working with a company last year called Boogie Bikes. And we're ambassadors for them. But throughout the year, and they're beach cruiser e-bikes.
Yep.
We love them. But our contact, I texted him in like January. I said, hey, we have some rallies and stuff coming up. Do you want to come out? And he was like, actually, he was let go from the company like 4 months prior, and that company rebranded and restructured everything. So
it's now called Small Town Bike Company. We haven't done much with them, but I can say we're not ambassadors for them anymore. Yeah. Once the company changed, and it was no problems.
Yeah.
The bikes have been fantastic. They've done everything we could have asked. I just decided that I wanted to try something different. So we've been doing e-bikes to tow Callie around, which I love. And then I really, I saw Todd, Switch It Up Todd, and his scooter. And I was like, holy crap, that looks a lot of fun. So I decided that I was like, all right, I want to look at scooters. So we went with scooters on this trip. Yeah. When I say this trip, we left in January. We'll be back in September. So we can pick the bikes up in September. I might carry both. I don't know. But Boogie Bike Company has been really good. We did have electric, LETRIC prior to. I wasn't a big fan. Other people love them. I'm also 6'2",
so Callie's bike trailer, honestly, this was the point for us that we sold them. Her bike trailer didn't fit properly with the electric brand bikes. It was not set up properly. He actually, she fell, the bike trailer went sideways. I mean, he was going into our spot, so it was like super slow, but still, it just wasn't set up for her bike trailer. But the Beach Cruiser bike, it's been perfect.
Yep.
So we still love those bikes.
Bucket list day. He's selling his toy hauler. Ryan, let's talk.
Jeff, what are you getting? I'm curious now.
Yeah, no doubt. Jeff. Yeah, Jeff. Come on,
and what's
Jeff.
The warranty like? what's the bucket list warranty?
Yeah. Thank you,
wow,
Miss Luna. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Oh, that's a great logo. That's awesome.
Is that the moon? Oh.
Yeah. So Caleb and his beautiful wife Danielle, we met them at Fort Wilderness last year and talked to them about the 42 V13, which they purchased for their beautiful family.
Yeah, we saw them at the fall Tampa show. Is that right?
Yep,
and
they were
when they were
signing,
we happened to meet up with them.
It was cute because we went live. We got there early and we went live, and just spontaneous. And they were watching our live, signing the paperwork for their 42 V13. And they were like, "Hey, we have questions." So we got off our live, ran over there.
We actually stopped our live to go hang out and answer questions with them. So
yeah, but we love them. So
what is with you guys interrupting people that are looking at new rigs? You did that to me. Now it led to RV Unplugged, so I'm good with it. But you don't remember that?
No. What did I do wrong?
So okay. Well, we'll just put it out there because we're going to shoot a video on it anyway. But so how I and Lauren said bye, got on RV Unplugged. We were considering a toy hauler back then, and we never let it go. We just have been busy. And so we were sitting in a Momentum 397, and somebody starts blowing my phone up. And I mean, like, I had like 4 calls in probably 15 minutes. And I'm talking to a salesperson. You remember this, don't you? Or did you mute yourself? Oh, no, it was coming from Chris Peters' phone. So whoever it was. Yeah. But it led to good things. And I remember calling you back after I was done with them, going, you better be dying. What? And then he goes, can you come to Athens? And I said, no, it's for this. And I said, oh, okay, I'll be there in a minute.
I believe, since we're talking about that, I believe hey, you want to do something stupid?
For 2 weeks?
And
you're like, yes, but let me ask my wife first.
Right. And I'm like, hey, this weird situation's come up.
It wasn't even asking my wife. It was if she could go or not. It wasn't really up for debate if we were going. I mean, it was, but it was more of a do you want to go? And she just couldn't make it work with her work schedule. And Jeff, thank you for the $100 off any model offer. Thank you for that.
How much? What's he wait? How much? $100 off any model? Let me know.
Down
look at you having people.
There you go, Jeff. So if you need an e-bike, see my bucket list day.
There you go. Shameless plug. Abington. Yep. Well,
I thought he meant the RV he's trying to sell.
What was that, Ryan? Sorry, I cut you off.
I thought he meant he was talking about the RV he's trying to sell.
Oh, I mean,
I'm sure he's $100 off what he paid.
Yeah.
So RV Plus 3, what was your guys' bikes? They have an e-bike that they've had. I think Kurt said that he had it about 5 years, and they love it. So just other options. Like I said, I mean, the way we see it is get what makes sense for you. Yeah. It's just like an RV manufacturer. Get what you like and what you want to ride. We've been pushing. That's right. Nothing venture, nothing game. We've been pushing Ryan about
pushing, making fun of my Grand Design, whatever, same thing.
Hey, they're all made in Indiana, aren't they? For the most part. Rad. So they have rad power bikes. There's another option.
Yeah,
I've heard of those.
They looked rad.
They did.
Bad jokes.
Yeah, you got to get it where you can. So,
thank you, Martha.
You're welcome.
So has this been a complete show with me on here, or?
It's been, everybody seems to be having a good time. That's what matters. But I mean, we're getting through most of our topics here.
Are we?
Well, I mean, I was one question short of I was supposed to finish. We got
totally not jealous, Scott. Just throwing that out there. I still miss the 42 V13. Love the 340. If I could have both, I'd be a happy woman.
I'm gonna go crawl under the desk now. Thanks, Scott. I'm not gonna hear the end of that one.
Callie misses that side patio.
Oh, the dog.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that's my weakness. The dog.
So last year we were boondocking with Charles and Leslie Tire. They have a 40 V13, and Callie saw that back patio and just freaked out. And she tried to jump. She put her paws on there, turned around, looked at Daddy, said, "Lift me up to my patio."
That is true.
It was sad. It
was very sad. So there was one question left that I was supposed to ask Ryan that I forgot to ask, and I'm looking back on here. So what did you learn or do after RV Unplugged when it came to boondocking to prepare yourself moving forward to be a little more
Stop doing it. Sorry. No.
Because you went out there with 2 lead acid batteries.
That's what he said, and nothing else.
Nothing.
Yep.
And then
so
I had borrow a generator.
Yeah, there were times. Thank you, Chris. So I had 2 lead acid batteries, 1 300-watt panel, and a 2,000-watt inverter, and that was really only because we have a residential fridge in our Grand Design. At the time, that was what they were putting on, so that when you were on a travel day, the fridge, so you wouldn't lose your food. That's literally all it was designed for. That was it. And so in fact, in the last episode, they came through. Phil and Stacy came through with the cameras and said, "You guys are looking too fresh." If you go into the rig, it's dark, but I had a couple of the windows open, and nobody understood why. Well, the airflow in mine is not the best. I also didn't know the emergency. This is you don't know till you know. I didn't know the emergency windows you can plop open that are in there open wider. Yeah, I didn't know that, so that would have been helpful. Yeah. And you can see like the air is just not moving in that video, and it was sad. But so we pretty quickly, actually during the show, in my complaining, I got talking to Todd, who is obviously the director of education at the NRVTA, as well as the owner of Big Beard Batteries. And so I started, if you've got the guy that knows the most about it, I'm just going to start poking and asking all the questions. Probably not the best time when they're trying to shoot a TV show, but I did it anyway. And so we partnered with them, and we did, what did we add? So we added 2 multi-plus, 2 3,000 watt inverter chargers, the multi-plus from Victron. We added 6 300 watt solar panels up on the roof, and 1,890, my light died, 1,890 amp hours of batteries, just under 1,900 amp hours of battery on board. So we are good now.
Yeah, and you inverted your whole coach, so you can run everything, just not at the same time.
Well, and it's come in, to be honest with you, it's come in handy. I'm trying to block that light. There we go. It's come in handy a couple times. Like here in Texas, we had a pretty bad storm come through. What was it? Probably about 3-4 weeks ago, and we had 80-mile-an-hour straight line winds. Well, we're pretty lucky. We face to the northwest, which here in Texas means you're facing into the storm. So I wasn't too worried about the rig, but the power went out at the park. We had no idea it went out. None. Because it wasn't overly hot, so the ACs really weren't running all that much. And because it's the Victron stuff, it's all smart. I heard the inverters beep when the power came back on, when it switched back over, and we didn't change a thing. We did for the most part. And so I had no idea until I looked at my battery bank and saw I was down to 98% instead of 100%. So for like 30-45 minutes, it was on batteries.
Life was good.
Yeah.
So go up there.
All right.
You can answer that. I blame it all on Kevin and Dawn.
Do you want me to answer?
That's fine.
Okay, so how did we meet Ryan? Tampa show last year, but not at the Tampa show. So Kevin and Dawn, Nut and Adventure, Nut and Game, invited him to go to Disney, invited us to go to Disney or Disney World, Magic Kingdom. So that's where we met. And then we hopped on over to Epcot, and we've just been about best friends ever since. And then every time we go to Texas, for the most part, we meet up with him and his wife, Lauren. So.
Yep. So we've crossed paths quite a bit out of coincidence over the last year, and just built a really good friendship. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then, so we have Alliance Paradigm 340 RL. Fifth wheel.
Yep, traditional fifth wheel. We used to have the 42 V13. That's why she gives me such a hard time about that side patio. We traded it in and downsized when we bought the house in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Although at this point I look back and I go, well, did we really need to go any smaller? Because we're on the road all the time anyways. We're never home.
Right.
We got COVID last year and only had 1 bathroom. So we went back to the home base.
Bad situation.
Yeah.
What was that, Ryan?
I was going to say, right, if you kind of just keep going down the list, if you're okay with that. So Norma, it was, if I remember correctly, early October, Chris and Martha?
October 1st.
Yeah. So the theory from Tony and Todd's perspective was it'll be cool in Texas in October. Yeah, that was a lie. It was 90 degrees the entire time.
It was hot.
Yep. So we had the windows where you can put them all the way down. We don't have the frameless, so we were able to open all
our windows open up 50% on all of them. So that's been it was nice. It helped. And that's what Ryan was talking about. But yours are pretty, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, the frameless windows are nice. They just don't open up as much as the framed. So big words would make a big problem. Yes. That's right.
So Missions with Luna, are you going to the NRVTA for the install? And because Chris did the solar class. I watched the solar class. I was having to work simultaneously, so I couldn't actually attend the solar class, but I was there. Yeah.
And you've loved the batteries, right? They've been doing everything they're supposed to do. They get power.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, yeah, I don't know what I don't know, so they seem fun. Yeah, the one thing I'll tell you that I did, and Chris, I think I sent you the link for it too, is I don't know how to say the name of the company. It's GOVEE, has these little inexpensive temperature humidity monitor things that you can do on your phone. And so one of the things I did was I literally got one and I stuck it on one of the batteries down there. and not so much in the heat. I mean, yes, you should vent that stuff because if the inverters are with them, it can get hot. But you can if it gets cold, the lithium battery doesn't like to charge properly if it gets below freezing for too long. So I did that, and then I found a little space heater that Chris is like, this thing's cool. That fits perfectly. Yeah, and it's not very big. My old inverter still in there and on. There was no reason to remove it. So I just plugged it into that, and that was it. And it keeps it above freezing if it gets down there. I know I should go to 72 degrees, but I don't.
Yeah, those things, that was such a, I mean, Florida was going through its, catastrophic. Oh my God, it hit 30 degrees for a couple days. So getting one of those little heaters in the front bay was actually really nice. It did a good job. It kept it, even running that thing on low, it kept it in the 60s in there. It was wonderful because our batteries aren't insulated. They're sitting in the very front where what would be most often in the generator bay.
Yeah,
same.
Florida cold over Christmas.
Ryan, that's you.
Yep.
280 amp hours. So I guess that's actually 1600. My math was bad earlier. 1680, is that right? Quick math.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Solar class and AC class.
Cool.
Awesome.
Joel, don't mess their rig up.
Right?
Well, yours had a little hiccup, right? You got a bad panel or bad connector.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with the school. So remind me, is it MC4, the connectors on the solar panels?
MC4, yes, that's the solar connectors.
So obviously you're indoors when you do that. And so we did 6, and that's been plenty for us. And we've run 2 ACs for about 6 hours, and we started to get a little down about 40% at that point. So we killed one of them off, but look at you go, Quattros.
Wow, that's the way to go. I would go way more batteries if you're running Quattros.
Yeah, and there we go. Now we're just matchmaking. What were we talking about? I already got, ADHD's a pain sometimes.
The MC4 connectors, you had bad seals in yours, you were saying.
Yep. So we did the full install. I left and everything was working fine, but then it rained at some point, and turns out that they just didn't put weather stripping inside the MC4s when they connected them, so it fried most of them. And so I was only pulling in, I have just around 2,000 or just under 2,000 watts of solar on the roof, so it was only pulling in max at 250, which was not good in broad daylight. So we worked it through with Todd, and I had an opportunity. I just ran back down there real fast, and then Todd and Todd didn't, but Jeremy and the rest of the team that was there jumped up real fast, and they started looking at it, and they realized they just got a bad batch of him and threw new ones on real quick, and everything's been hunky-dory since.
Awesome. Well, we are coming up on the 1 hour point already. Geez, time flies when you're having fun.
Or dealing with pains in the,
Well, we've only disconnected you once, apparently.
My dang camera overheated on that one.
Yeah, no doubt. So is there any other comments or anything that we missed on there before we...
Yeah, let me go up here because I think we did miss some.
We did miss a few of them. I'm looking at some of the... we are definitely going to be back on track doing live every month now. Like I said, February was kind of brutal sitting down in Florida. I won't complain about why or where because it was amazing, but the internet sucked and I couldn't get stable enough internet to do live. Just the upload was too weak, so it didn't work out. But from here on out, we're going to be in the lower 48.
Did Starlink not work for you down there?
Starlink does work, but we've actually had a couple of situations now where Starlink's upload speed wasn't stable enough or fast enough that I could actually broadcast with it. But for whatever reason down there, our down was fine, but our up was really, really bad.
Interesting.
Yeah. And surprisingly, when we were in Arizona.
No, go ahead.
What was that?
In Arizona, when we were like in the middle of nowhere, Starlink didn't work at all. It was just
really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So
see you, Jeff.
Said, don't go to California.
Hey, Lorraine, we're not bashing California. We're bashing this crappy weather that we brought with us.
Yeah, so Lorraine and Bob, we got to go and spend a day at Disneyland with them, and Bob hadn't been in years, so he was just blown away by all the stuff we got to do.
They are amazing, amazing people. We've hung out with them for the last couple of years. They're awesome. More RV community that we met. We actually met in 2020.
21.
August
of 21.
At the National Rally in Indiana, which we're going back to this year. So if any of you guys are going to go to the Indiana, going to be up in Indiana in the end of May or June, let us know. We'd love to meet up and hang out.
We're going to get up there early, so we'll be there like after the RV Unplugged rally. So we'll be a couple weeks early for the pre-rally.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, Caleb.
Put that one up for Ryan. That one.
Yeah.
Oh, hush.
Oh, yeah, I heard him complaining the whole time, too. And somebody was doing their black tank for him practically. It was rough living for them.
Oh, we owe, RV Plus 3, we owe them a lot. They were saving us because we dry camped the whole time. The whole trip down there was dry camping. But he has the most amazing system. If you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, Martha did a video on it, a short
just a couple
on it.
Reels on
It's such an awesome system.
Yeah, we were spoiled because it was like clockwork. Every Sunday and Wednesday, they would dump the black tanks and fill up the water.
So Missions with Luna, we had 6. We probably could have squeezed 1 or 2 more up there. They're not big fans of putting it too close to the cap or the rear of the coach. That's more situational with where all of your components are, like your vents, your ACs, all that stuff. So it's kind of a moving Tetris puzzle piece at all times. So you may be able to fit a ton, assuming you're not going to put some people will actually put like a rail in, and so it elevates the panels above like ACs and vents and those types of things. I did not do that. But yeah, it's just a Tetris game and see how many you can get up there.
Yeah, our trailer's 38 foot, and we were able to put 9 panels up, and we have 2280 on the roof, and we could have gone 1 more, but we wanted to be able to walk around. And if we went ridiculous, we could have put some more, but 2280 on a 38 foot was pretty good.
Plus the deployables.
Plus we have 2 deployables, which that's always an option if you really do need extra power, is you can get the deployable blanket style. We have 2 300-watt ones that we use, so 600 to go on the ground. And we've found that they work really well. We like them a lot. Now, when I was in my class, one of their TAs had his 45 foot toy hauler in there, and they did elevate it. And I think they got 44 or 4,600 watts on his roof, and it went right to the height of their ACs. So he ran just a hair over, and he ran 320s end to end all the way down in 2 rows. But he put 2 quattros in. He had like 2,400 amp hours of batteries. I mean, it was a monstrous system.
And with that big toy hauler, he had a tiny bay.
Yeah.
I've also seen people do the deployable like wings if you really just want to go extreme.
We saw that on enjoythejourney.life. He did a video he did a video tour on that. Tom and Cherie, and that's incredible. That trailer's insane.
Well, and then at the Tampa show, there was that what's that custom company that was right there? StarCraft? Was it StarCraft?
Oh yeah, StarCraft, yeah.
So they had that set up on top as well, where they would push a button and they'd deploy a whole secondary set of panels on either side.
If I remember correctly, didn't they have something crazy like 10,000 watts? The way their panels were set up, it was bigger than anything I've ever heard.
And I forget that system that was on there. I know Grand Design's been working with them. Starts with a V.
Volta.
Yeah, Volta. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, StarCraft.
Yep.
The wingbat was awesome. Yeah, so we do still have Starlink, but we also have other internet options because Chris needs dedicated internet for his job because he still works a corporate job full time.
Right. So non-sponsored, have nothing to do with crap. We're paying for all of our internet. Just to throw this out there, if you're looking for a couple cheap options, Genesis 5G is only $20 a month, and it's a unthrottled unlimited 5G. You do have to buy the Nighthawk, which is like $350, so that's your out-of-pocket upfront cost. But it's $20 a month for unlimited 5G, and that's put on by Dish Network. Again, not sponsored. The other option that we found has worked pretty good for us is the T-Mobile Business or residential, but they're $50 a month, same thing.
Which is that tower.
But T-Mobile is either great or it's not. I'll give you that caveat. Where it's good, it's amazing, and then if it doesn't work, it's dead. So we carry T-Mobile, the $50, the Genesis for $20, Starlink, and we have an AT&T SIM card, part of our plan that's pretty inexpensive that we put in our PepWave, and we run everything through that. So if you're looking for cheap internet, Project Genesis has been good. T-Mobile's been good, depending on where you're at.
Yeah, Chris,
and we pretty much
like our PepWave.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we pretty much do the exact same thing. We have a PepWave as well, and an old AT&T grandfathered card. We just got Starlink, and have been testing it out. So I think we're one of the first that's actually on Roam. It's actually been fine. The lowest speeds I've seen here, I think it's been about 30 down, and I mean 3 or 4 up for the most part. I mean, typically it's a lot harder than that. And then we also have the T-Mobile. It's the business version, but it's the same as the home, the $50 a month little tower thing, even jigger.
Yeah, that's an amazing name, by the way, Mr. Awesome. That is awesome. That's what we found. That's why we haven't done a whole lot of. We didn't do the lives with Starlink just because we found the upload being a little rough.
What's crazy about that is I struggle with T-Mobile on the uploads, at least where I'm at right here, and I'm on Starlink by itself right now, so hopefully I'm not like grainy and pixelated. But
I think one time you kind of glitched out, but that was only for a second. So overall, it's been really good.
That was when you were.
Yeah, it's probably when I was watching like the other video on my phone too, just messing with stuff. So missions with Luna, the mobile must-have. We actually had a T-Mobile card with them. I would, if you're paying for one of their cards, you're somewhere between $90 and $150 a month for it's depending on which plan you're on with them. We had the T-Mobile, so it was like an 800 gig plan, and it was $150 a month. I would tell you, especially if you bought the PepWave through them, to ditch it, the plan, and then go get the T-Mobile hotspot or the tower thing, because that's what we did.
Yeah, and I'm sure Ryan, you're doing the same thing. What we do is we just run a Cat 6 right into our PepWave, so we just run it as a WAN. And I don't know if we can. Let's see if I can show this without screwing it up. So we put it right there on the window. So right there on the window with 2 suction cups and a bungee cord. So we just chase windows around and then move the PepWave so we get line of sight with it. It's kind of redneck engineering, but it actually works really well when we don't have an antenna on the roof.
All right, quit moving the camera, Chris. I'm getting seasick.
So,
it's probably crooked, but don't look, Ryan.
Just lean your head sideways, Ryan. It'll be all right.
I got it. We're good now.
All right. So well, I'm going to... Oh, yeah, good job. Thank you, sir. That's awesome. Well, Ryan, I can't thank you enough for coming on, and I cannot thank everybody enough for sticking around to our chaos. We hope to see everybody on the road. If you are anywhere in California over the next month or 5 weeks, let us know. If you're going to be in Texas after that, we'll be in Texas April and May, and we'll be in
Indiana, and we're going to kind of loop around.
The north central area, the Dakotas. We'll be up around the Dakotas most of the year. So let us know where you're at if you guys want to meet up. We'd love hanging out. And again, thank you very much for supporting our channel, for supporting Ryan's channel, and all the awesome content creators that
make sure you follow everyone and subscribe, and let's all support each other. It's a wonderful community, and we love you all.
Yeah, thank you very much. And Ryan, sorry to keep you from your taters.
Well, now I got to heat up brisket and put it on the tater. That's the only reason the tater's happening. So.
Oh, that sounds good.
Totally not jealous. We didn't eat dinner yet.
Yeah. Cheers and Escapees RV Park near Glimmer, Texas. Oh, new park. Okay, we'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Melody.
Anything else we need to tell them? So for Chris's birthday this year in August, I'm taking him to go watch the CrossFit Games in Madison, Wisconsin. And we're going to camp there.
Gonna go Wisconsin.
Yep.
Good night, everybody. Thank you again for joining, and thank you for being the best part of our community and our RV adventure. Have a wonderful night.
Bye. I don't have to push a button. This is fun.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.